January 2026 winter storm that has affected large parts of the United States, including how it developed, how many people it impacted, and the key statistics on power outage and flight disruptions. This storm was a large winter system that produced heavy snow, widespread ice, and temperatures far below normal across the United States. The National Weather Service issued winter storm warnings for a broad swath of the nation as it moved eastward. So now we are going to talk about the geographic scope and population that was affected. This storm affected more than half the U.S. population, with alerts covering roughly 37 to 40 states across the U.S. From the southern plains to the northeast, weather conditions were severe enough to impact daily life and infrastructure. Here's a map of the areas where the storm hit and where it really hit hard. As you can see here, around the northeast area, it's really severe. And around here, and pretty much you can see that almost the entirety of the United States was impacted by it. Now we are going to talk about snowfall, ice, and temperatures. In the northeast and midwest, snow totals exceeded 18 to 23 inches in some locales, which is way more than average in places. Further south, freezing rain and ice accumulation made travel hazardous. Frigid air followed the storm, with dangerously low wind chills continuing after the snow moved out, which is why many schools have been out due to the icy road conditions, because once it snowed, the temperature was so low that the snow was never able to melt. Next, we are going to talk about power outages. The snowstorms, ice, and heavy snow snapped tree limbs and downed power outlines, resulting in more than 1 million people losing electricity across the U.S. Even days after the peak, hundreds of thousands still had not had power restored, with Tennessee and Mississippi among the hardest hit. Next, we're going to be talking about the travel disruptions. Air travel was heavily impacted by the storm. In fact, over 10,000 flights were canceled and many more were delayed. Major airlines hubs experienced ground delays, de-icing challenges, and logistical backups, making this one of the worst travel disruptions in recent winter history. Now we are going to talk about the infrastructure and emergency response. To respond to the storm's effects, emergency declarations were made in numerous states. Utility crews had to repair lines under difficult conditions, and federal resources, including from FEMA, and other agencies, were mobilized to support state and local efforts. Next, we're going to talk about the economic and systematic impacts. Beyond immediate disruption, the storm's economic impact is substantial. Initial estimates place the total cost in the triple digits, well over $100 billion. When factoring in damage, lost productivity, and recovery operations. The grid has also faced exceptional demand as frigid temperatures increased electricity usage. Now we're going to talk about the ongoing conditions and forecast. Even after the main snow and ice had passed, frigid air remained entrenched across much of the eastern U.S. National Weather Service forecasts indicate continued very low temperatures, heightening dangers such as frostbite and further straining in energy demand. In conclusion, This winter storm has been one of the most impactful and more significant in recent memory, affecting infrastructure, transportation, public safety, and daily life across much of the U.S. Its effects will continue to be felt as communities restore services and manage ongoing dangers from the extreme cold. That's all we have for today. Thank you for listening, and remember to keep learning. Stay warm.